Hello, good evening. This is Ravi Shankar. Welcome to online botany NEET classes. Today I am going to talk about the one of the important cell organelle which is called Golgi complex. Golgi complex. This is shortly will be called GC, Golgi complex. Right? It was first observed by Camello Golgi. Golgi or Golgi, we can pronounce it. Camello Golgi. South Indian people can be pronounced as Golgi, North Indian people Golgi. Like fungi will be called, and North Indian people fungi, right? So it's not a matter of pronunciation. We can call it as Camello Golgi. And in the year 1898, in nerve cells of all. Then these Golgi complex GZ are also known as means other terms. To remember those names, we can keep a code that is L I B D, lived. L for lipochondria, I for idiosomes, B for Baker's bodies, D for Dalton complexes. These are the other terms are given for Golgi complex. In plant cells and lower invertebrates, these Golgi complex, the Golgi complex is otherwise called dictyosomes. And Golgi complex are formed by how Golgi complex are formed in the eukaryotic cells. So invagination of means infolding of plasma membrane. Suppose here you look at this invagination of plasma membrane. PM means not Prime Minister, plasma membrane in eukaryotic cells. And evagination of nuclear envelope and endoplasmic reticulum. See, just we'll know the meaning of invagination and evagination. Invagination means infolding. Plasma membrane is infolding towards the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells. With this, Golgi complex will be formed. And evagination, nuclear envelope and endoplasmic reticulum are outer folding. They are folding towards the outer side. Will be called evaginations. Look at here. This is the eukaryotic cell. In the center, what is present, ma? Nucleus is present. It is a double membranous cell organelle, right? The outer membrane is folding towards outer side. Outer membrane is folding towards outer side like this, and endoplasmic reticulum. This is called endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum also evaginated towards outer side, and plasma membrane is folding towards inner side like this. These structures are called Golgi complex. Golgi complex. That's the meaning of invagination of plasma membrane, evagination of outer nuclear membrane and endoplasmic reticulum. With this, Golgi complex is formed in eukaryotic cells. Right. So, Golgi complex is present in all eukaryotic cells. Golgi complex present in all eukaryotic cells. In all eukaryotic cell. But there are some exceptions. In mature RBC, sperm cells, and mature RBC sperm cells and mature sieve cells of plants. Sieve cells of plants. These Golgi complex are absent as these cells are matured, but in the primitive condition or early condition, the Golgi complex along with the nucleus they are present. But as these cells are maturing, along with the nucleus, Golgi complex also will be disappear. That's why in mature RBC cells and sperm cells, sieve elements of plant cells, these Golgi complex are absent. But in all eukaryotic cells, these are present. Right. This is about Golgi complex. And let us discuss now the biogenesis of Golgi complex. Biogenesis means how Golgi complex will be developed. The process of development of Golgi complex is called as biogenesis because biologically they are developed. Biogenesis. So here the Golgi complex will be developed. Golgi complex will be developed from plasma membrane, nuclear envelope, and endoplasmic reticulum. So these are the cells which secrete or which develops this Golgi complex. This is called biogenesis. Next, structure of Golgi complex. Structure of Golgi complex. Structurally, Golgi complex will be 4 parts. It has 4 parts. What are the 4 parts of Golgi complex? The first part will be, right, this is first part, cisternae. Second part is tubules. Third part is vesicles. Fourth part is Golgi vacuoles. Golgi vacuoles. These are the 4 parts are present in Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. Cisternae. Now we'll discuss this cisternae. Usually cisternae will be like this. Suppose this is the eukaryotic cell. We'll discuss each one by keeping headings, right? So that we can get the space. Yes. cisternae. This is the first one, cisternae. Right. Now, see, look at the structure of cisternae. That means this is the nucleus, and these are the tubular structures. Tubular structures. These are called cisternae. Now, we'll describe the cisternae. These are long, flattened, curved tubular structures. Tubular structures. And they are covered by single membrane. They are covered by single membrane and having with, they are covered by single membrane with swollen ends. Swollen ends. See, look at here. These are swollen ends. Swollen ends. Right. Due to its curvature, cisternae is a polar organelle. Polar organelle. Cisternae is a polar. Due to its curvature, Golgi complex is a polarized cell. Polarized cell organelle. Cell organelle. So, because of their curvature, they maintain definite polarity. They maintain definite polarity with the cisternae. And then when you're talking about the cisternae, they are interconnected. They are actually parallel. They are arranged parallelly, and they are interconnected. Interconnected. See, look at them. They are almost parallel and interconnected. And see, the diameter of this cisternae is about 0.5 micrometers to 1.0 micrometers in diameter. And then this cisternae has important phases, important sites, we can call them as. Here, this one we can call it as, this is cis phase. This is called trans phase. Trans phase. See, we'll describe them. Here, cis phase is convex pole. Cis phase is convex pole, and formative pole. And formative pole and proximal pole. These are the descriptions are given for cis phase, which is facing towards nuclear envelope. Right. And this is covered by Young membrane. This is covered by, means this cis phase is covered by Young membrane. And next, transphase. Transphase is transphase. Transphase can be described as just opposite to these terms. This is a convex. This is convex. This is concave. Concave pole. This is formative pole. Means this one is mature pole. Maturing pole. This is proximal pole. This is proximal pole. This is distal pole. So this is quite opposite to cis phase. Transphase is quite opposite to cis phase. Right. And then this is covered by young membrane, right? And now this is covered by old membrane. Oldest membrane. We can call it as oldest membrane. Oldest membrane. Right. And then the vesicles are secreted by concave pole. From the concave pole, there are small vesicles or secretes. These are called vesicles. From the vesicles are secreted by concave pole. Concave pole. Not convex pole. From the convex pole, the vesicles are not secreted, but concave pole, the vesicles are secreted. Vesicles are next structures, right? These are about cisternae, right? This is about cisternae. Now, the second part will be discussed now. Next, second part, tubules. Tubules. See, these are cistern, right? Tubules. Tubules are tubules. So now I'll describe these tubules. Tubules are short, branched. Tubules are short, branched, and formed by concave pole of cisternae. Concave pole of cisternae. These tubules will secrete the vesicular structures. The tubules will secrete the vesicular structures. Vesicles. Tubules are secrete vesicles. These are about the tubules. Right. Next part, third part. So these are called vesicles. Vesicles. Vesicles are, they are small sac-like structures. Sac-like structures which are formed by the secretion of tubules. tubules. These are called vesicles. Next fourth part, Golgi vacuoles. Golgi vacuoles. Golgi vacuoles are, see, they're large sized structures. These are called Golgi vacuoles. Golgi vacuoles. So Golgi vacuoles are they're large, rounded membrane bounded vacuolar structures or vesicular structures. Vacuolar structures. They are filled with amorphous or granular substances. Granular substances. Granular substances. Amorphous means formless materials. Shapeless or formless materials. With these materials, these Golgi complexes means Golgi vacuoles are filled. So these Golgi vacuoles will be act as primary lysosomes. Primary lysosomes. Golgi vacuoles are act as primary lysosomes. What are Golgi vacuoles? They are large, rounded, membrane-bounded vacuolar structures. They are filled with amorphous or granular substances. Amorphous means formless or shapeless structure material, and these are considered as a primary lysosomes. Golgi vacuoles are considered as a primary lysosomes. That means we can understand that primary lysosomes are formed by Golgi complex. Simply, right? So this is about the introduction part of Golgi complex, structural information of Golgi complex. So far we discussed. Next video we'll discuss about functions of Golgi complex. All the best.